So now that your first step is done, that's what your bottom of your filter should look like. That's what's going to be the intake. Now, next step. Get rid of your hammer or nail, because you probably won't be needing that again. Take the pliers. What you're going to do is you're going to strip away at this part right here. Get that little tab out of there. Make sure it's sized correctly. Make sure the intake covers the entire portion of the part that you stripped. Just make it nice and neat. Make sure you throw all this crap away. Doesn't exactly have to be neat as long as it fits. Kind of messy there, but that'll do. Because it fits. Intake, nothing is uncovered, so that's fine. Now, next thing we need to do is you take some of this Ace bandage and you make sure that it's cut to the right size of the can, maybe a little bigger. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the screwdriver and you're going to want to push it in to the can. You make sure it covers the holes. Covers most of the bottom of the can, like so. Maybe a little bit of uncovered, but as long as the holes on the bottom are covered, you should be good to go. Now, that would basically be a very basic filter for, like, I don't know, like, farts, I guess. So you know how you do this when somebody farts and it keeps it small? That's going to do the same thing, only this is just going to be kind of stupid. So, if you want to make it a little more advanced, but this is a little more dangerous if you're going to breathe it in, back, and I got some activated filter carbon here. And you can basically pick this stuff up at any old pet store in the fish section. One thing that's important to do if you actually intend to use this is wet the charcoal or the carbon, because it has a lot of dust in it. And the water just gets rid of all the dust and stuff and makes it just the chunks. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is after you put the Ace bandage in there, you're going to put the carbon in there. Make sure you've drained it first, too. Scrape it all. Oh yeah, be careful when you're rinsing this stuff off because it kind of messes up the sinks usually. So now there's filter carbon inside filter. Now, the reason that there's filter carbon inside gas mask filters like there is in this one is because carbon has a chemical property which allows it to bind really easily to all other elements because it has 4 valence electrons. So what that means is it pretty much bonds to almost anything. So when the gas comes in through the filter, when it hits the carbon, it'll bond with the carbon, and the carbon will hold it, therefore neutralizing the gas. So that's the reason they put that in there. But after a while, when carbon decays, then it gets pretty dangerous for your lungs. So if you're going to use this, be careful. Make sure it's wet, because then there's no possibility that there's anything in there. So the next step is to get another piece, Ace bandage here, and put that in over the carbon. Make sure it covers the carbon completely. There you go. Now, once you've done that, you've pretty much got your very basic filter. It only fills up about maybe a third of the can, not even. So what you can do is So you can get some more ace bandage and put it in if you wish. I would recommend doing it if you're actually going to use it. Just more protection from the charcoal. So put one additional layer on there. Just make sure it gets completely covered. One or two more layers on there. That's about it. Just make sure the carbon is really completely covered in the ace bandage. Well, if there is any dust in it, the ace bandage should get it, but I'm not making any guarantees. So. Make sure it's nice and compact in there. And you've got a very basic gas mask filter. Now, if you wanted to save this, I guess, just cover this part up with tape, both parts. So there's only one thing left to do. Just test it. So, get my gas mask, and I will test it out. With the hose, make some filter. So that is your very basic gas mask filter. Right here in a Coke can. Now if you want something just as a fart joke, if your friend farts in your room or something like that and you just want to be kind of an asshole, you can put your gas mask on, and if you actually want it to stop smelling, just take a piece of ace bandage, some tape, well, I can't find any tape right now, so all you do, take the end of your gas mask or your gas mask hose, wrap it around the intake part, so it covers it completely. Like this, and you have a fart filter. That's what it amounts to. And all you do is tape it on, and you're good to go. So, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. This filter will not provide any nuclear, biological, or chemical protection. All it's meant for is just like a gag thing, or if you're really, really bored like I was. So, my next video will probably be of an SCH MS gas mask, which I got on eBay for a great price, and I also got a Russian NBC suit, or Russian NBC poncho, and gloves, so I will be making a video about that. And I also bought a PBF gas mask with external filters, so I will also be making a gas mask about that, so be on the lookout for that. I'll probably be making those sometime next week.